Good morning, my name is Ashish Gautam and today we'll study about the basics of gravitation. So there are 3 to 4 questions which have always amazed the people. The number one is that why an apple always falls towards the ground? Why tides occur? Why our planets are spherical in size? Why our whole solar system is planar? So all the answer of these questions comes into this law, that is G equals to what equals to F. It comes into F equals to G m1 multiplied by m2 by r square, which is the law of the gravitation. What does the law of gravitation says? That every point mass in the universe attracts the another point mass with a force that is directly proportional to the magnitude of the product, magnitude of the product, and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So this is the law of the gravitation. But has this law come into the fortnight? No. There was a lot of research and then this law came. So let us understand. In 1543, Copernicus came with the result that all the planets, they rotate around the sun. What he said? He said, for example, this is sun. So he said all the planets, for example, Earth, this is rotating around the sun. But his theory was not adapted and there was a lot of discussion that whether to accept or to decline the theory. Then Tycho Brahe came into the picture and he said that why to involve in such discussion, why not to do extensive research and find out that whether the planets rotate around the sun or not. But at that time, validating the theories with the observation was very uncommon. Then, though that is why Tycho Brahe himself started, what he did, he started noting down the positions of the planet with his naked eyes, because at that particular time there was no telescope involved. He noted all the results of the position of the planet for almost 5 years, and then his one of the companion that was called Johannes Kepler, he studied the research and whole data which was done by Tycho Brahe. And then Johannes Kepler came with 2 important points. Number one, this Johannes Kepler researched on Tycho Brahe results, and came with the 2 important results that all the planets revolve around the Earth in its particular orbit with the sun at its focus. And the second one was that the line that is joining the sun to the planet, sweeps an equal area in the equal interval of time when this planet is rotating around the sun. So both these laws, the first one was that the planet rotates the earth, that the planet rotates the sun around a particular orbit and it sweeps equal area in the equal interval of time. So both these laws were called the Johannes Kepler law. But Johannes Kepler explained that how this planet used to rotate, but why these planets are rotating around the sun, he did not explain this. So came into picture, that was Albert Einstein in 1618, who knew that the fact that the law proposed by Galileo, that a body cannot move its state of motion unless an external force is applied to it. So he came into result that the elliptical motion of the planet is not due to the tangential push, but it is due to the central pull. For example, let us see with example. For example, there is a stone that is flung due to the spring. This stone is flung around the spring. So the whole tension is towards this center. It is not in the direction of the velocity. So in the same while, you can consider here as a planet and here is sun. So this planet is rotating around the sun in the particular orbit because the sun is constantly pulling the planet. So what he did, he found it out one of the very extensive research that the Jupiters, for example, let us consider it as the Jupiter. So the Jupiter moon, and this is the Jupiter moon. This Jupiter moon was rotating around the Jupiter. Why it was rotating around the Jupiter? Because Jupiter was constantly, what it was doing? It was constantly pulling it. It was constantly pulling it. that was Jupiter moon was rotating around the Jupiter. Similarly, the Earth moon was rotating around the Earth because the Earth was constantly pulling it. Okay, so that is why Albert Einstein came into fact that the planets rotate around the sun. It is not of the tangential push, but due to the central pull. So that is why he came into the result that why an apple used to fall towards the earth, because due to the force of attraction. Due to the force of attraction. Okay? Because every point mass in the universe attract the another point of mass. So all this comes into the law of gravitation, which we have understood today. That is G equals to, that is G, okay, that is gravitation law. What is the gravitation law? That is F equals to G m1 into m2 by r square. So today I think that we have understood about the law of the gravitation, that why this happened, why the planets move around the sun, and why this apple used to fall towards the ground. It is all due to the force of attraction between the 2 points of mass. Thank you.